Hi, I'm Dan Grieve, and if you struggle with your short game, I've got 5 great drills which are going to help you. I've teamed up with Adidas and their Codechaos 27 shoe to bring you these drills. Right, so the first one is really designed to give you more touch and feel and a little bit more spin around the green, and it's my thumbs off drill. And the reason I call it the thumbs off drill is most golfers around the green suffer with anxiety, get a little bit tight, a little bit tense, get towards the top of the backswing, and it's here where the thumbs tend to squeeze, the pads of the thumb squeeze, and you see it creates this drag and this lag, and it really creates too much of a hit. The ball starts to really jump, and I've really thrown my hands at it because of tension. Now, if you take your thumbs literally off the grip like this and just make some swings, perhaps for the first time in your golfing career, you might actually feel the club head, the weight of the club head, and it's letting the club swing almost on its own momentum that really creates just so much more control and spin on your golf ball, because you start to collect the ball versus hitting the ball. Big difference between hitting it where it jumps and that collection, which really jumps up the friction and gets a load more spin and control. If you then want to, you can actually hit some with the thumbs off totally and see how you get on. So just nice and smooth. And you can see how much smoother and much more control I've got there with the weight of the club swinging. So do the practice swings first, that'll give you a great feel. And if you're feeling brave, give it a go without your thumbs on at all. And you really start to get a fantastic touch and feel around the greens. And then when you go back to playing as well, if you just put the thumbs back on the grip, but make sure they're very lightly placed. So my thumbs to you might look like they're on the grip, but they're not. They're just resting on it. And this is a drill which really will help if you're a little bit of a flipper. You know, someone who maybe comes in, uses too much of the bottom hand, and it comes off the blade and off it goes, thins over the other side of the green, or you could even hit it pretty heavy. So if you look a little bit like this, okay, this would be the drill to fix that. And I call it the one arm only drill, so you're using your lead arm. And the benefit of using your lead arm, really, it takes away the trail hand, which is the one that generally wants to flip. So you just make some swings, and the idea here and the goal is to make sure that the shaft extends through the arm into the follow through. And you see that's the goal. Rather than finishing like this, the butt of the grip for a chip and run low shot should really be pointing at that lead hip. Okay, I call that release number 1. Okay, so where the butt grip points, so if you're really pointing it over here, that's over released, that would be the correct release. So you just make some swings with that lead arm and you just put it there. Okay, do it without the ball, and then you can hit some with the ball, and you can see how it really is matching up, and it really gives you that strong strike. It teaches you to keep that leading edge down. Might feel a bit strange if you've not done this before, and as I say, it doesn't really matter whether you do it in a practice swing or with the ball, but it just gives you that sense of the strike, okay, of really putting the shaft there, okay. And then once you've hit a few doing that, put your bottom hand back on and then hit some shots and see if you can finish in that same manner, so it's really matching up through my arm, butter grip on that hip. And that's how you get real consistency on those low basic chip shots. Another thought I see a lot in short game is where the player leans back to try and help the ball up into the air. I mean, it's human nature in a way, and I understand why players do it. You know, you're trying to go over something and then you lean back and then you actually hit the ground way before, and you can either dig into the ground or it can hit the ground and kick depending on the time of the year. So to really make sure that low point of the swing, what I mean by that is that the golf swing has an arc, you see, and I'm really trying to move the lowest point of the arc forward if you're struggling with that one there because you're trying to help it up. To move that low point forward, what you can do is this exercise here where you move your trail foot backwards. You can see here I've pulled my right foot backwards and got right up onto the big toe there. Now what that does is it has to force the pressure forward onto this left leg. Okay, so I've really got the pressure here, and the goal here is you've got to retain this stance position throughout strike. So you do some practice things, but then hit some shots doing it. But you can see here there's no way I can move backwards without my foot dropping. So great exercise if you are someone who leans back. So we go here, drop the foot behind you and up onto the toe, and then just hit some shots, really feeling that left leg loaded, and just you'll notice straight away how that strike really firms up and it gets so much stronger and so much crisper straight away. This really is the drill that you'll see instant results with if you're hitting that heavy shot. Now sometimes you've got to go in the air, you've got to go aerial, and it requires a little bit more of a swing of the club head, a little bit more release of the club. So what you don't want to do on this one is drag it. You don't really want to lean it and hit it this way too much. You want to feel like the club is swinging and releasing. So try the trail arm only drill for this one. So put the ball position near the left foot. This is obviously all lie dependent. You need to have a lie that allows the club to slide under the ball. And it all begins with that in short game, having a golfing IQ to read lie. But assuming you've got the line, you want to hit in the air. Ball on the left heel. Put your lead hand somewhere on your top of your shoulder. Really clamp it in and hold it down towards the bottom of the grip. And you'll just get a lovely feeling. See how the butt of the grip is swinging this way towards my belt buckle. I call that release 2. So it really allows the feeling of how the club releases. Look how soft and high that comes off. And it really gives you a flavour for how the club should be releasing when you're looking for that higher shot. Okay, so that one arm only drill, but very much your trail arm to get the feeling of how using more the middle part of the bounce of the club there, rather than that front edge when you want to go up, if the lie allows. Right, here's a drill if you suffer with, which I think is perhaps the most common short game fault, and this is where the player gets underplaying. Okay, so you take it away here, it rolls inside. Real killer, because from in here you've really got to manipulate it. Okay, and you practice a lot, you might hit some decent ones like that, but I'll tell you what, you're never far away from a really bad one, okay, if you're rolling it inside. So it's quite a tough change to make if you've been doing it for a long time, but what you require when you're making swing changes is feedback. You know, if you get some feedback there, it's amazing how quickly you can actually change it. So set up to the ball you're playing, place the club under your trail heel there and place that in line with your heels. Okay, so bang in line there and just stand on it. Make sure you're in the right position when you do it in terms of the ball position. Don't get sloppy there, but get yourself into the shot. Now, if I roll this club, if I really rotate my forearms and go under, you can see I'm going to hit the club. And if I was doing that and I was getting that, I'd stop, all right? Because I know I've rolled on the plane. I know I'm offline, okay? So the goal here and what you're trying to do here is really make sure that the club head stays there. That will be on plane. So the shaft is running through my arm there. Club head is outside the hands. And just hit a few here, and very quickly you will teach yourself that really nice swing plane to get quality strikes like that. You can hear the quality strike there, very much a square blow into it. I'm not hitting it from the inside. I'm really getting it nice and square there, but obviously if I'm rolling it, I'm getting that feedback. So really simple exercise to really get that strike and improve your swing plane. So hopefully these drills have helped you. You can get out there and practice. You can't beat having drills to work on. You've got to make sure you practice it right at this game, and that's what these drills are going to do. And I've got one little bonus one for you, which you can do from anywhere. Put your thumbs together, get your hands back like this, elbows into your body, into posture, and really feel like your triceps are connected to you there. And simply you're making a little turn this way and a little turn this way. It really stops you getting two hands here, right? So square on, look, we can really keep that connection. And you can do that in your living room, wherever you are, in the office, and it'll just keep you on top of the basics. You don't need a club, so there's a little bonus one for you. But I really do hope these tips have helped you. You can get it there and work on it. So thank you for watching. Thanks to Adidas and Codechaos 27. See you soon.